Chapter 2. A sudden surge of adrenaline jolted through his veins, propelling him into swift action as he lunged at the intruder, pinning him against the cold, unforgiving wall. A haunting smile played upon his lips as he turned his gaze towards my father, revealing a chilling transformation, his canines elongating and gleaming like the moon on a velvet night, reminiscent of a predator poised to strike its prey. The sight of his fangs growing before my eyes was both mesmerizing and petrifying, as if I was witnessing a creature of the night, ready to unleash its primal instincts. The air crackled with an electrifying tension, a dance of shadows and secrets that whispered of a darkness lurking just beneath the surface. His menacing grin spoke volumes, a silent promise of danger cloaked in mystery, leaving me to wonder if I was staring into the eyes of a man or a monster. His very presence was a riddle waiting to be unraveled, an enigma shrouded in the cloak of night, where truth and deception intertwined like ivy on a forgotten tombstone. The air thick with tension, he felt a shiver crawl down his spine as he realized this wasn't an ordinary home invasion. With adrenaline coursing through his veins, he thrust his fist towards his foe's face, the sickening sound of cartilage breaking in his nose echoing in the silent room. But to his astonishment, the vampire effortlessly lifted his arms, catching the next swing directed at him, a wicked smile playing on his lips as if the attack was merely a gentle breeze on a summer's day. In that chilling moment, it dawned on him that he was not facing a mere mortal, but an entity far beyond his wildest nightmares, a predator of the night disguised as a shadow in the darkness. The dance of danger had only just begun, and he was about to learn the true meaning of fear in the presence of the supernatural. The vampire threw him across the room towards the kitchen. He rose with a quiet confidence emanating from his gaze, a man of enigmatic allure. Standing tall with the body of a weightlifter, his olive skin glowing in the dim light, accentuating the onyx eyes that held untold secrets within their depths. His black crew-cut hair framing his angular face, making him appear like a sculpted work of art come to life. With each step he took, it was as if the world around him dimmed in comparison to his magnetic presence. He had a look of a model, but it was not just his appearance that captivated onlookers. It was the aura of mystery that surrounded him like a cloak of shadows. This enigmatic figure was a riddle waiting to be unraveled, a puzzle with pieces that didn't quite fit, a masterpiece in the making, waiting to be discovered. As he reached into a concealed compartment on the side of the cabinet, his fingers closed around a peculiar device resembling a glove, its knuckles adorned with miniature blades. Infused with his own blood, a venomous concoction designed to vanquish the unearthly foes that lurked in the shadows. Like a dark artist wielding his brush, he prepared to dance with danger, his weapon a symphony of death and retribution. An enigmatic figure in the dimly lit room, poised to unleash a lethal performance upon the unsuspecting intruders, a dance of shadows and steel that would leave nothing but silence in its wake. A sudden eruption of violence shattered the eerie silence as he lunged forward, his fist a deadly comet in the air. The impact of the first strike reverberated through the night like a thunderclap, leaving a crimson trail in its wake as the tiny blade danced along his skin, a deadly whisper of danger. The vampire, accustomed to instant regeneration, stood frozen in shock as his fingers came away sticky with his own blood, a puzzled frown marring his otherworldly features. "Why am I not healing?" he whispered, a haunting question that hung in the air like a specter of uncertainty, a chilling reminder that even the immortal are not beyond the reach of fate's twisted hand. At that moment when he questioned his life's purpose, an insidious pain unlike any other surged through his veins, searing his very existence. It felt like shards of shattered glass piercing his skin, traveling mercilessly to his brain, mapping a path of destruction throughout his entire being. The excruciating agony caused him to unleash a primal scream that echoed through the darkness, a haunting cry that seemed to pierce the veil between the living and the undead. As the pain ebbed away, leaving him gasping for breath, the vampire crumpled to the cold ground, lifeless. His companion, witnessing the harrowing spectacle, was overcome with a sense of dread that gnawed at his immortal soul, prompting him to flee from the scene in terror, a rare emotion for creatures so accustomed to instilling fear in others. Samara and her dad raced to rescue his beloved wife Serenity, the air thick with a sense of foreboding. Dragos, Samara's father, knelt beside Serenity, examining the gruesome wound inflicted by the knife. With a sinking heart, he realized that it was too late. No amount of speed could save her now, her fate sealed by the cold blade. As the pain ebbed away, the vampire who had attacked her slumped lifeless to the ground, a macabre tableau of death and fear. Another vampire, drawn by the commotion, hesitated at the sight, a flicker of unfamiliar terror crossing his usually composed features before he vanished into the shadows. In the eerie silence that followed, the gravity of the situation hung heavy in the air, a chilling reminder of the fragility of life in a world where darkness lurked at every turn. Dragos leaned over into Serenity's chest, his body trembling with sorrow as tears streamed down his face. The sound of his heart breaking reverberated through the room, a primal ache that seemed to fill every inch of space. Meanwhile, Samara knelt at her mother's side, clutching her hand desperately as her own tears fell freely. "Mom, please don't leave us," she whispered, her voice cracking with emotion. The scene was suffused with an eerie stillness, broken only by the sound of muffled sobs. It was as if time itself had paused, holding its breath in anticipation of the inevitable. In that moment, the fragility of life hung heavy in the air, a stark reminder of the fleeting nature of existence. As Dragos wept and Samara pleaded, the room was filled with a sense of profound loss, aching and raw. The metaphor of hearts, shattering like fragile glass, echoed in the silence, emphasizing the fragile beauty of human emotions in the face of mortality. Amidst the grief and pain, there was a poignant beauty to be found, a bittersweet reminder of the depth of love and connection that bound this small, shattered family together. And at that moment of darkness, a sliver of light broke through, illuminating the profound bond of love that held them close, even in the face of heartbreaking goodbyes.